let's be honest, kids love video games. They'll sit for hours battling dragons, building worlds, and solving problems, puzzles. But what if they, what if we could harness that same energy for something more? What if we could use games to teach them better, faster, and with deeper understanding than traditional methods? It turns out we can. And it's not just wishful thinking, it's backed by science. So, fact number one, let's talk about why traditional learning often falls short. In the classroom, students are passive. They sit and listen, memorize, take tests. But decades of educational research tells us this passive learning is the least effective way of retaining information. According to the learning pyramid, lectures-based learning and reading result in about only 5% retention rate, while active hands-on methods like simulations and real-world application can push retention rates to up to 75 to 90%. That means they remember 75 to 90% of the information they're actually learning. This is where games come in. Okay, so fact number two, how games trigger deeper learning. When students play games, especially well-designed educational games, they are actively engaged. This is making decisions, solving problems, testing hypotheses. Even in a game, when you set up a strategy, you think, okay, if I do this, this will happen. That's testing hypotheses. Okay, the next one, emotional investment. What does that have to do with anything? Their brains release dopamine when they succeed, which strengthens memory and builds motivation. Emotional investments is when you get actually invested in what you're learning by doing things that are actually like exciting to you, interesting to you, engaging. You retain so much more. Another one, operating in context. Learning through storylines, quests, and challenges that mimic real-world situations actually increases retention and understanding as well, because you're actually seeing it in operation. It's like you take a math equation. Well, a math equation is okay, but you're not really learning how it would actually work in real world. If a tree is this tall and it's going to fall, where does it fall? You don't really learn that from an equation. So they give you word problems. Okay, it's this and this. Okay, but you don't actually get to see the tree and where it falls. What if those things were actually built into gaming? That's right. This style of learning is called experimental learning, and it's powerful. Students don't just memorize. It's not passive. They understand, they apply, and they remember. That's why it's so great. Fact number three, the science of retention and repetition. In cognitive psychology, we talk about spaced repetition and retrieval practice. Two of the most effective strategies for long-term memory. Games naturally use these tools. Players repeat core skills at increasingly difficult levels. It gets harder and harder, so their skill gets stronger and stronger. They're constantly recalling knowledge in order to win. They receive instant feedback, which helps students correct misunderstandings right away. These are exactly the same methods top neuroscientists recommend for durable learning. Now, fact number four, games and students, let me re-say that. Games engage students. Let's face it, when students are bored, they're not learning. But when they're having fun, they're focused, resilient, and driven, they're learning, they're remembering, they're engaging with the information. Games provide autonomy. Players choose their path and strategies. Mastery. Students level up and see visible progress. And the last one, purpose. Those quests and challenges, they feel a reason to play, to learn. That's right. Find a reason to play. They're also going to find a reason to learn more. This matches what motivation researchers call self-determination theory, where autonomy, competence, and relatedness, words, are the three keys of engagement. Games check all three boxes. Now, fact number 5, the Xogos advantage. We use actual K through 12 subjects like history, math, science, English, personal finance, and so many more. And yes, next year, we will also introduce a new program that introduces games into physical education. That's pretty. How in the world do you do that with a digital game? We got you covered, but you have to wait to learn more about that. Our advantage is that students already love playing games, but not learning as much. If we combine these two, doesn't matter if they're in elementary school or high school, we will create a system that uses brain science to increase the knowledge and experience that a student will need for the future. That is why educational games are essential for our students' future. You can be part of this by buying a membership, and if you sign up before December 31st, 2025, claim a lifetime membership up to 19 years old for your student. Now, at 19 years old, everyone's kicked off the system because we want kids playing with kids. This is the new wave of educational technology.